poppin', everybody? It's your boy Armon, and we're back with another video. All right, we got to jump right into it because let me be honest with you, it is not looking good for T.I. and Tiny. Two more women came forward. All right, one woman in LA and another woman in Las Vegas, Nevada. They've recently come forward and filed police reports and said that they too have been drugged and assaulted by T.I. and Tiny. So the LAPD has confirmed that they are officially investigating the manner. I'm gonna be honest with you, this is a mess, and this is not looking good for T.I. and Tiny. I'm gonna be honest with you, where there's smoke, there's fire. But damn, this just makes me feel like don't have a threesome anymore. I mean, can a person not have a threesome anymore? Because what does that look like in 2021? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not really sure what's being said because these women are literally coming forward and saying that T.I. and Tiny have drugged them and forced them to take these narcotics and controlled substances. So, I mean, what were they doing? I mean, was Tiny like choking them up and saying, dude, hit the coke? Or was T.I. tying them down and making them drink the liquor? Like, what in the Bill Cosby? What were they doing? Like, I don't know. It's just hard for me to believe that all these women were drugged. Like, I just don't believe that. I just find it really hard to believe that everybody that went and hooked up with T.I. and Tiny was drugged and did it against their own will. I just don't believe it. However, where there's smoke, there's fire. So there's got to be some level of truth to this, but I don't know. I just don't believe that it's all, I don't believe that this is all true. And then a lot of these women are not even showing their faces. They're not coming forward. They're not saying who they are. So no one is actually standing completely in it. Everything is just anonymous. So we don't even know who these people are, where they're coming from, and what proof they have. Everybody's just coming forward saying, they did this to me, they did this to me, they did this to me. Now, I'm not here to say, to victim shame or victim blame. But at the same time, baby, no one's going to make me, T.I. and Tiny are not going to make or force me to do any drugs that I don't want to do. I don't believe it. And I'm not going to be drunk enough to be pressured into do a drug that I don't want to do. I just kind of feel like that's a cop-out and an excuse. I feel like some of these women knew what they was getting into. They wanted to sleep with T.I. and they wanted to sleep with Tiny. They was with the ish. Like, you cannot make me feel like or make me believe that a lot of people in the industry are not with the freak, nasty threesomes, foursomes, groups of. I mean, I know this. I got a porn star homegirl out in Las Vegas. I won't say her name, but they literally have parties, industry parties, where everybody just sleeps around. They get really, really high and they just sleep around. And so at that point, then do those people get to come out and be like, oh, well, I was drugged, I was forced? I don't know. I'm not here to like I said, I'm not here to blame or anybody, but I'm saying T.I. and Tiny, you guys are going to have to get in front of this because these type of allegations ruin careers and people go to jail. And I'll be honest with you, partially their career is already tainted because these allegations are out. And so once you get a sexual assault allegation on you, it's very hard to shake that. It's very hard to shake that stigma. And I feel like that stigma is going to be on them, honestly, for the rest of their career, forever, honestly. And I'm sure it's embarrassing. Now, I'm sure they'll think twice the next time they want to have a little menage a trois. You know what I mean? But see, that's when being a little too freaky goes too far, especially when you're a public figure. This is why if you're going to do nasty stuff like that, go meet up with Candy and Todd. Stick with the Black Chinas of the world, Don't go with Shawika, Shekinah, this one, that one, because any little moment that they have, they're going to speak out, especially if they're not invited to the party again, especially if the payout isn't right. You know what I mean? Now, on the flip side of T.I. and Tiny, if you guys are out here drugging people, then you guys need to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. What are you out here drugging people and forcing people to do stuff just to have sex with them? Aren't you guys a couple? If it's that serious, just go home and bang each other. It shouldn't be that serious that where you have to lure someone in and force them, take advantage of them in order to get some punan. I mean, it's not enough punan, freaky deaky, in the world. To me, that would result in having to take it forcefully, unless perhaps that's part of the role play, but consensually. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. I think this is all a bit weird and all a bit bizarre. And I just feel like this did not come out until that messy Sabrina Peterson came out and started speaking out. And then all these slew of different women came. And unfortunately, it's kind of like once one comes, then two come, three, four, five, then everybody could just jump on the bandwagon and it just becomes this whole big thing. And because T.I. and Tiny have a history of being, sexually explorative, and just like they get it in. They got threesomes, they like group situations. It's easy to say, hey, this is true. I believe these victims. I'm not going to jump out the window. I still don't believe that they would have a reason to forcefully drug people. I just don't believe it. I refuse to believe that they're doing that. Those are my thoughts, but they are under investigation. And so this is not going away. Tiny is trying to ignore it. T.I. is kind of ignoring it. They've dispelled the rumors. They said this is not true. Whatever they've done in the past is what they wanted to do, and everything is consensual, which means they've also not denied the fact that they have had these, group sessions. However, these allegations are not going away, and I do believe that they're going to go to court. And now, if it ever comes out that something like this has happened, this will be the end of T.I. and Tiny. And I wonder what that looks like for the kids. Do you ever think about that? Because like in my mind, I'm like, what do the children think? Like, do they ever like recall like, damn, like my mom and dad, they real freaks. Like they real they got a lot of kids together. So they probably thinking, are they really out here doing threesomes and foursomes and gangbangs? Like, sheesh. Like, if you're like their kids, can you look at them the same? Like, how do you look at your mom? Like, girl, you out here giving it up like that. Your dad, maybe you're like, okay, my dad is just a freak. But the mom, you thinking, mom, you out here eating a cooch and then, what's it giving? I mean, that's what I would be wondering. Like, God dang, y'all out here embarrassing us in these streets. Y'all really getting it popping. And T.I., while you out here checking hymens, you need to make sure that you checking your hoes. That's what I don't understand about T.I. How is it that you were worried about your daughter's hymen and you over here taking and breaking hymens all over the country and all over the world, and you've been doing it for the last 20 years? Is that why you're worried, T.I.? Because you've been tearing up hymens forever? Well, karma's a hymen. Well, karma's a bee. Whatever way you want to spin it, you've probably done too much. You've been checking the wrong hymen. You should have been checking yourself. Okay? But like I said, where there's smoke, there's fire. Something ain't right about this situation. However, I think I don't want to believe that T.I. and Tiny are predators like that. But you never know. They are under investigation. I will keep y'all updated on what I think. And as things come out, we'll talk about it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you guys think that they are predators? Do you think that it's over? This is the end for T.I. and Tiny? Like, what happens next? So let me know. Like I said, I still kind of stand with them right now. But I am starting to feel like where there's smoke, there's a little fire. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys like, share, most importantly, subscribe to the channel. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.